Ah, yes, we're back. All right, let me pull up the chat here. Ooh, boy. Gotta love that. Okay, let's see. Part 2. Okay, now I have the chat. Okay. We will try to continue. Let me just make sure everything's good here. You can hear and see everything okay? And like I said, because you won't be able to see this, but I'm running on a bit of a delay, probably like 5 to 10 seconds, and I've been having some wait, yes, just the black. Yes, that's on purpose. The background is black on purpose at the moment, because I'm just double checking all of the settings and stuff to make sure that we're not gonna die again. But yeah, I've been having some internet problems lately, and it just goes out like for a good 3-5 minutes. Kind of sucks. I need to get someone to come out and look at it. It's just because I live in a very old building, and yeah, I had some squirrels in there earlier this year that were like chewing on the wire and building nests and stuff, and so that's part of what's probably causing it, is like the leftovers of whatever they were doing. But hopefully in the future that won't happen, especially when we start playing a game later. So let's get that background not black. We will continue where we left off. So, lore. I'm just going to chalk it up to, I wasn't allowed to say any of what I was going to say. The elders, I guess that was their way of telling me to shut up. But, so I'm going to start with the lore first, because it's going to make everything else make sense. So where should I start with this? All right, so there's, your world is not the only world. I probably should have told you to sit down for that, but there's like millions of other realities and universes out there, and in kind of like between them all are the spirits. Think of like the spirit world as like a hallway. And every door that you see leads to a different reality, and it doesn't look like a hallway, but it can be related to that. And spirits like to travel in and out of realities, and we're kind of born from like the thoughts and ideas of people from other realities. I can't get into all how that works because that's like our biggest kept secret, but one day I'm going to share it with everybody, because part of why I'm here is to spread the joy of what we do, even though it's not really joyful. But I feel like everyone deserves to know at some point. And so one day I'll tell everybody how we're born, and I can kind of go into it a little bit here. And what I can say here is that there's a power source in the middle of basically everything that is the sustaining force that holds all the realities together, and that allows us to take form. We each kind of take our own form, and we can use all various types of magic. I'm a fox spirit, and I use fire magic, and that's not because of any legend or anything. Well, it is because of a legend, partially because of the whole kitsune thing in Japanese folklore, and actually a lot of Asian folklore. There's been hundreds and thousands of us. I'm just one of them. That this was just the form that I took. Was a fox spirit, and normally I look really cool, like flames everywhere, and it just looks so cool. I wish I could show it to you, but I don't have enough magic on me at the moment. And I see those eyes in the chat. I see those eyes. Don't worry. I'm not saying anything I shouldn't say, I promise. That is yeah, I'm not going to say what I shouldn't say. Don't you worry. But anyway, back to the lore part. So, this power source, we all kind of, make sure that we keep it clean. It's kind of like jury duty for you humans, but it's something. It's different for us, kind of, but it's like a civil service. So we go there, we clean, and I may have knocked over the power source. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad, I promise. But yeah, it really wasn't that bad. But you guys did feel a little bit of the effects. It created something that you guys have dubbed the Mandela effect. And funnily enough, everything kind of changed. Everything that has been changed because of the Mandela effect was because of knocking over that power source. And it could have been way worse. You guys could have been one of the 12 other realities that actually got obliterated because of it. But, that's neither here nor there. We're not going to talk about that one. And, yeah. So, as a result, I was punished severely. It was an accident, though, so I don't really see what the big deal was. Especially since you guys are fine. But I was cursed to live on Earth, in your reality, for 10,000 years. It has currently been, like 13, 14? I don't remember the exact number, because time works differently for us. And I'll explain more about that in a minute, but time works differently for us. So I actually don't know the exact number of years I've been here. Yeah, I was cursed to basically live out the effects of the Mandela effect. And I basically have to make sure that nothing really bad happens. So far nothing's bad has happened. And that's I consider that a win. I consider that a big win. So we're gonna have a good time together, you and I. Because I have no choice. If I'm here for 10,000 years, then I'm going to drag everyone along with me, and we're going to have a good time. So, I think that about covers it for lore. The only thing I didn't really explain was the elders. They're great. That's all I'm going to say about them, because I can't tell you how I really feel about them, because then the stream will end. Because they kind of control all that. But, yeah, they kind of oversee everything. They are the only ones that know the true, I guess, what's the word for it? Not identity, but like, true purpose behind the power source. And they're the only ones allowed to tap into its power in that way. And they kind of govern everything. And they beat everybody over the heads with sticks. And abuse that power. But you didn't hear that from me. So I think that covers it for lore. We've been talking about lore for a long time. I can obviously answer so many questions about it, but we'll answer those questions as they come. This is kind of a little precursory start to it. And we'll get a little more into it as we go too, because the next thing is a little about me. That's kind of, you saw that in the previous one. It's like a full body pose. My name is Shinji the Fox. I am definitely 226 years old. If anyone asks and says that I'm younger than that, I am not. I am 226 years old. I was cursed on April 16th. That was the date. We don't really follow the same calendar that you guys do, but that was the date that I was able to deduce. And then, excuse me, sorry about that. My height. 5 foot 5 inches, or 165 centimeters for everyone that's not on the American side of things, because we're the only ones that use that. But yeah, that's about it for that. I'm going to talk a little bit about the form that I've chosen. I've actually got a couple of different forms, because we don't really keep one, we have our spirit form, but you guys really can't comprehend it. You would just kind of see nothing on screen if I did that. So what you see here is a form that I've chosen, and yes, I see that. Okay, yes, I'm about to talk about you. My SR, Lunar, because I was assigned a spirit representative to make sure that I kept safe, that I wasn't causing any troubles, and I haven't caused trouble, and for some reason Lunar still likes to badger me. about causing trouble, but I'm doing fine. I have caused no trouble lately. But yeah, so Lunar decided that Lunar was going to help me find my human form and drew up this rough draft for it. And I used that rough draft to imagine my own new form, and that's the one you see here today. We can take any form we want. I could look like Danny DeVito if I wanted to, but that would be unoriginal, and also, I can't. That's also kind of a form of plagiarism. So I took this form, and the other form you've actually already seen. It was in the stream starting that said now loading and stuff. That was my pixelated form, because even though I grew up in the spirit world, my family would often take trips to Earth, because this is actually the reality that spirits visit the most. And I was always fascinated by video games, and they've just always been this huge thing for me. So I chose a 8-bit form when I first came here, but then I found out that most humans scream and run away when they see a video game character come to life. It's not as magical as you think. So, yes, moving on, because I'm definitely going to hit a lot more points as we go. Some things that I like. I like anime, obviously. I'm an anime fox boy. And video games, or just any game. That includes board games. I play a lot of board games. I really do enjoy board games and card games and stuff. But video games, definitely. I love to eat. You guys have some of the best food. We do not have this in the spirit realm. I mean, we have food, but it's like definitely not this good. This is part of the reason why so many spirits come here. And cosplay. I cheat a little bit, and then I can literally change my form to whatever. So, I love to cosplay, and I try to do it as practical as I can without changing my form, because when I was cursed and exiled, I was not allowed to keep a lot of my magic. Which, that's another thing. The two tails. One part of the legend of fox spirits is every 100 years they get a tail. And I have two tails because I'm over 200 years old. Definitely over 200 years old. So, moving on. Some of my favorite anime. High School DxD. Not for the reason you think. I see that. I'm not being sus. Don't worry. High School DxD, but not for the reason you think. When I first got into anime, this one was recommended to me. And it is consistently... Well, not consistently, but it inspired me a lot in the way that it told its story. And it was one of the... there's certain moments and things that I've seen or played that really kind of just had some good story moments that made me really feel for the characters, and this was one of them. So it's always been my favorite, because it always makes me feel happy when I watch it, just because it brings me back to when I first kind of felt some things, because I found anime in a very dark time in my life. So yeah. And then Konosuba, because it always makes me laugh. It is comedy gold. If you've never seen Konosuba, I highly recommend it. Rosario plus Vampire, I'm kind of cheating with this one because it's more so the manga. The manga is so amazing. And if you've never checked out the manga, do it. Because the first season of the anime is contained within the first 5 volumes of the manga. Everything after that is completely new. And even the second season, it only covers the first book of the second season of the manga. And everything after that is completely different, and it's so good. Cuticle Tante Inaba is one that honestly not a whole lot of people have heard of, but it's really good. The English translation is Cuticle Detective Inaba. It's about a werewolf detective that kind of has a hair fetish, and it was the first anime I ever saw. A friend sat me down and was like, you gotta watch this. This is hilarious. And it was the first time I cried laughing and actually had pain in my gut from laughing so hard. And it's definitely up there for me. And Shimonetta, because I love a good story that subverts expectations, and it was literally an anime about censorship that went out of its way to heavily censor itself, and it was really funny. I have to keep going, but I'm not going to explain these as much as the others. But Danganronpa, love it. Lycoris Recoil, I just finished that, and it was so good. Wasn't too happy with the ending. I feel like it could have ended differently, but I'm not upset with the ending. I just had different feelings towards it. The Dragon Ball series, because when I was Baby Fox, I wanted to be Goku so bad, and I never got to watch the series, and so I'm finished Dragon Ball, and I'm in Dragon Ball Z now. Like, they're about to start the Cell games. Yu-Gi-Oh! That goes back to the whole card game and board game thing. Absolutely love Yu-Gi-Oh! And Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid. It is just a fun series. Like, you sit back, turn your brain off, and just have some fun. Some favorite games. Nier Automata. That is just a masterpiece in and of itself. Fire Emblem, but specifically the one Blazing Sword for the Game Boy. And then it's just Sonic games. Sonic was one of the first games I remember playing. Sonic 3 on the Genesis, and Sonic has a very special place in my heart. In fact, that's actually why I have two Tails. A lot of my design was inspired by Tails. Yes, you like it. I do know you like it. Wait, the music is Nier? Is that what you said? Oh, the music in Nier, you like it. Oh, yes. No, the music is great. But yes, so Sonic's got a very special place in my heart. And like I said, that's honestly why I have the two Tails. Or why this body was designed with two Tails. Is one, because of my age, but two, because it's a homage to Tails. Pokemon Crystal is my first ever Pokemon game, and it has forever held a special place in my heart and will always be the best Pokemon game in my opinion. Majora's Mask, which you're about to see, another great classic that I absolutely love. This is probably a controversial one, but Kingdom Hearts 358 Days Over 2. This was my first Kingdom Hearts game, and I absolutely loved it, and I played Chain of Memories and Recoded after that, and it just didn't hit the same notes. Even Kingdom Hearts 2 just didn't hit the same notes that this game hit for me. Skyrim, because that's always like a classic. Custom Robo, if you've never played Custom Robo, highly recommend it. It was not a whole lot of people have heard of this one, but it was a really great game, especially the one on the GameCube. That's really the only one I've played, but it was really good. Metroid Dread, Code Vein, if you've never played it, is a great, great game. Yes, Code Vein. In my opinion, it's better than Dark Souls, but Dark Souls has a lot of elements to it that I wish Code Vein had. And if you meshed these two games together, you would have, like, probably a masterpiece of a Souls series game. Favorite board games, Yu-Gi-Oh! I've probably mentioned that 3 times now. Mage Knight is a really fun game if you've never played it. I highly recommend looking it up. It's a little pricey, but it's you can play it by yourself too. You don't need people. It's really way more fun with people, but you don't need people. Exploding Kittens, Trivial Pursuit, Uno, just a few. I don't play a whole lot of the bigger tabletop games, but that's not for like lack of interest. It's just because I don't know where to start with a lot of them. So one of these days I'll actually get into some of the really big ones. Alright, so now some things that I dislike. Milk. I do not like milk in its base form. I just don't. And I don't understand why I don't. I just drank it one day and I was like, what is this? But I love things with milk. I love chocolate milk. Of all things, I love chocolate milk. But just milk? No, not just milk. Mayonnaise. Probably the worst thing ever created, but also is really great in salads and sandwiches and literally everything else that I've ever eaten mayonnaise with. But I hate mayonnaise. I hate the way it feels. I hate the way it smells. I hate the way it tastes. And yet, if you put it on a sandwich, delicious. Milk is so good with chocolate things. Yeah, I know, I agree with chocolate, but just the chocolate, like just chocolate milk. But yeah, this is a funny story. I remember watching High School Prodigies Have It Easy, Even in Another World, and he was going on about like creating this amazing thing that he was going to show to the people. And I was so interested because he put it on a potato, and I love potatoes and everything that is contained with a potato and that you can make with a potato. And I was so intrigued. I was like, what is this new potato dish I've never heard of? And he was like, I just put a whole can of mayonnaise on top. And I was just like, first of all, why would you ruin a potato? Second of all, Why, of all things, would you introduce mayonnaise to these people who have never eaten mayonnaise before? Why would you ruin their lives like that? I just didn't get it. Having my ahoge pulled, it does a bad thing. It does a really bad thing. One day you'll probably hear it, but not today. Not today. Having my right tail pulled, it's definitely because it's attached to me and not because it'll feel uncomfortable when it comes out. It is definitely attached. Don't pull it. It's kind of sore. I sit on it wrong. And seafood. I actually just don't really like seafood a whole lot. Everyone pull his ahoge. No. How about this? If I can get to the end of this debut stream without any scuffs, then we'll talk about it. But yeah, seafood. Not really a huge fan of seafood. So yeah. Goals. Alright, so my goals as a VTuber. I'd really like to learn Japanese. I've already started, and I'm actually doing pretty good. I can read it fairly well. I'm having a lot of trouble with kanji. But I feel like that's kind of something that everyone has to go through. Excuse me, and it just means it's my turn. So charity streams. One day I want to do a charity stream. Or I want to do like many charity streams. I don't know, it just sounds like fun. Raise a bunch of money and give to something that everyone likes, you know? I did have a fun idea, but I don't know if it'll actually, like, come to fruition. But it's like a Kingdom Hearts endurance streams. Like, maybe we just do a fun stream where everyone, or I literally just play Kingdom Hearts, all, like, the entire series in chronological order. But that'd be a lot. So play every Sonic game. I will eventually play every Sonic game on this channel. And don't worry, my loyal viewer, because there's only one of you right now. One day, you probably by the end of the stream, you will hear it. And I will, yeah. More channel perks and content. I'm gonna have emojis. I'm gonna open up super chats. I'm gonna have more stuff, like little animations and everything. But just because, like, I haven't done it yet, and that's mostly just because I knew it was going to start slow. And I wanted this to be something I could open up to people who have been here for a while. You know, like, it's going to be something good for the people joining, but it's going to be, like, a big thing for the people who have been here, you know? So, I will be working on that, and I will, you know, get it all out. And then get invited to a con, because who doesn't love getting invited to conventions? I've never had it happen. I've been to conventions, and I love going to conventions, but I think it'd be fun to actually be invited to one. So, yeah. I have socials. I have Twitter and a TikTok. I didn't link them here because you can't click the screen, you know? So, I'll probably, you should be able to find them in my About. But also, if you just search Shinji the Fox on Twitter, I should come up. But I'm also going to put these in the description. At least the Twitter link here shortly. Just because we're almost at the end of the PowerPoint. And we've already gone pretty long. So, yeah. But I also have a TikTok because I do AMVs. That was the original purpose of this channel. And this face was just going to be a mascot. But it's turned into a little bit more than that. So, every so often, I'll be posting AMVs that I make. Just as I can get them. It takes me a bit. So yeah, you'll see some of those clips on TikTok, some of the stream clips on TikTok, and you'll be able to get a little bit inside of my crazy mind on Twitter. So I do have kind of a stream schedule. Fridays, maybe. Probably not yet. It may be something I work towards, just because I do work in my everyday life, and my schedule with that can get kind of hectic, and I actually won't know if I'll be able to stream on Friday until Friday. So I may just leave it at Saturdays for now, but I wanted to put Fridays here because some days, like, if I have a day where I can stream on Friday and it's going to be convenient, I'm going to do it. But I will definitely be streaming on Saturdays. I don't have a time as of yet, but I will release a time shortly. And then, like I said, my work schedule is pretty crazy, and that sometimes means that I'll be able to stream during the week. And that might mean that I just do a quick 30-minute to an hour stream where we can have lunch together or something. That sounds like fun. So, yeah, but a little bit more on the stream schedule. I timed this terribly wrong. I'm going to be gone next weekend, like out of town, and I got to go back to the spirit world and report to the elders. And then after that is obviously Christmas. And, you know, I do want to spend Christmas Eve with some family, so I won't probably be streaming those days, but I will post a pre-recorded video because I don't just want to debut and then disappear. So I will be posting things, but I just won't be streaming. And then of course I'll be coming back with streaming like right after, and it'll be fun. Some games that you can expect to see me play at some point in the future: Randomizers, Legend of Zelda, Pokemon. I want to do a Nuzlocke so badly. Randomizer Nuzlocke. Star Fox. I love Star Fox and the series. We'll start with 64. Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links and Master Duel. Obviously, you've heard me say it like 3 times now. I love Yu-Gi-Oh! So I'm definitely going to be playing those games. Iron Lung, I bought that specifically so that I can stream it, and I have not played it yet, and I'm super excited to. And then Sonic 1, because we got to start our Sonic collection somewhere. So I think that's it. Yeah, that's all of it. And because you all have asked so nicely, I will pull my Ahoge. Just give me a second to switch screens here. Go back to the chatting screen. Okay. I'm going to disappear for it, so that way you can... Because I don't like people seeing my face when I pull my Ahoge. So, okay, hang on. Alright. I hate doing this. Alright, you ready? 3, 2, 1. Alright, yeah, I got a lot of nerve endings up there. I don't know why, it's just been something that's been going on since I was a kid. Please don't pull my Ahoge. Please don't pull my Ahoge. One final thing. I have expressions. I haven't shown those yet, and I'm actually going to zoom in here. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. Alright, so let me zoom in here so you can see my expressions a little better. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, I became a disembodied head for a bit. Okay, so, first up, I've got like a, oh yeah, we gonna have some fun. You know, it's kind of like a sly smile. Like, I'm a little cocky. And then I'm mad. This is what happens when I'm playing Super Smash Bros. And you use Yoshi to, like, poop me off the edge for, like, the 5th time. Yeah, Angie. And then sad. We just watched something really sad happen in a game. And now I'm sad. This is for when Yai Miko in Genshin Impact is hitting on me. This is when it gets a bit more serious. That's another thing. Yai Miko's like one of my favorite characters. Not because, it's literally just because I think she's just peak character design. She looks awesome, and I've like fell in love with her when I saw her chibi during like the live stream, and I was just like, oh yes. Then I got this one. This is like, oh crap. Oh, what do I do? And then this is like mad. Like, all right, it's go time. This is our 5th time fighting this boss in Dark Souls. Let's do this. And then this is just my normal smile. I'm just smiling. You know, that's nice. It's nice. And then back to neutral. There'll probably be more expressions added later, and that's honestly one thing that I should probably bring up. Like I said, I chose this form. I wanted to like prove to myself that I could do stuff, because I can't like draw. I'm not good with art. I can't do a whole lot of things. So like the stream and like this song you're hearing now, I chose this off of the YouTube library because I didn't want dead air during the debut stream. But I made this model, I made this badge, I made the music for the stream ending screen. It's called Baby's First Song for a very good reason. It's not very good, but I'm proud of it because I made it. I've never made a song before, and it was way harder than I thought it would be, and I want it to be a thing for the world to hear, so that every musician that has ever made a song feel spited when they hear this song. But yeah, so that was the debut stream, guys. That's everything. That's all I had for you. So it's been what? It's been, oh wow, yeah, it's been like an hour. So I don't know how YouTube's gonna like parse this out, but I'll figure it out. How to do what needs to be done with it. I'll probably just delete it and then like post it as a just as the edited video together. I'm a fun, quirky fox. I know, I am. I feel so good about that. But anyway, I hope everyone had a good time. I'll be playing Majora's Mask Randomizer in like 10 to 15 minutes. I just need to get it set up. So I'll be back. Just hang tight. Watch the Twitter. Because that's where I'll be posting all the stream links when I stream. So yeah. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. And just to make the transition a bit smoother, I'm going to go ahead and just stop the song. And yeah, enjoy the stream ending screen. Like I said, I made that and the song, so I hope everyone likes it. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you guys in the next stream in about 10 minutes.